The list is long of those who do wrong. As TheWeek.com points out, the circumstances around Eric Garner's death bring light to another issue. Our country has too many laws. A legal scholar estimates that 70% of Americans have committed a jail-worthy crime. For example, in Alabama, it's a crime to, quote, maim oneself for the purpose of gaining sympathy. Thankfully, in New York, it's cool. I wore an arm cast for 2 years just to get attention. And free drinks. Okay. Carly, how many crimes have you committed? Have you ever been caught? And you can tell us, because
it's only us in this room.
Anything you say on TV, it doesn't uphold in court.
Well, then I have some dark secrets to tell all four of you. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this. So I went on to dumblaws.com, and these are my two favorites. In Texas, it's illegal to sell your eye. And in New York, it's illegal to commit adultery. Isn't that weird?
Unenforced.
And this is dumblaws.com, so we know that it's legitimate.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
But Tucker, are there too many laws or not enough laws?
There aren't enough laws. I'm glad you asked that, because people might step out of line, disobey. No, I mean, tax law alone. Most people would violate it unintentionally without an accountant. I mean, it's just, at a certain point, it's, the government could put you in prison at any moment.
Well, it's like breaking a law out of ignorance. I do that all the time.
I think 70% is probably too low.
You know what? I think you're right. I'd have to agree with that. Yeah. Now, John, but could it be that, or also the fact maybe cops are being a little more lax? Might that be it? They're just letting us get away with more?
Thanks to the beauty and wonderment of Twitter, I have been reading a lot of conservatives who follow me, and they've been tweeting a lot at me about their beliefs on laws and how we have too many laws in relation to the Gardner case. And it's really interesting. I'm kind of shocked that it's this high a number.
You can't sell loose cigarettes, it turns out.
Yeah. Right, and then I've had people explain to me like how the tax law behind that, and it's fascinating to me. But
don't you think it's, as a liberal, I mean, once you can see, it's pretty disgusting, no?
It got my attention. I listened. It's certainly. We don't want more laws. We want better laws. We want to, we want to agree on. It's like the war on drugs. Like that's a whole nest of laws that we should untangle. That do we need that many? So as a conservative argument, I find it really fascinating, and I've been listening to it.
Well, now, Andy, in this nest of laws, are there any that we should weed out?
Well, on the advice of my attorney, I declined to answer any questions about this story.
Okay.
Of course, we have too many laws. We have too many laws, too many cooks. As this professor writes, there are over 3,000 things that are criminalized just by federal law. And Stephen Carter at Bloomberg points out there are 300,000 or more federal regulations that are enforceable through criminal punishment at the discretion of an administrative agency. That's over 300,000 things that you could go to jail for or be fined for, whatever. I really think we could get by with about 10 or 20 laws. 10 or 20 things being illegal, or just a blanket, just have a thing that just says, just be cool and it's all good. Yeah. And that should be the law of the land.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, man.
Just be cool.
Just be cool.
I support that. Yeah. I like that.
Right?
I break one law all the time. It's the law of attraction, because I was born very good looking.
Wow, which is a species of the law of unintended consequences.
I don't know what that means. Coming up.